With crazy property valuations on the rise, everybody's wondering what they can do about it. I'm Charles Linhoff with the Sphere. Follow me for right ways and smart ways to protest your property taxes.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Everything is bigger. You know better than to mess with Texas.
First off, what is appraised value? It doesn't necessarily mean that's the value that your home would sell for today. That's what we call the market value. And the appraisal district has its own method of determining what this value is. And that's where a lot of discrepancies arise from what the public says versus what the government says against what the actual market is.
Now, if you're a property owner in Texas, you're likely familiar with getting something like this in the mail, the annual appraisal notice from your local appraisal district. It can look like a standard government envelope, often a bit official, maybe with the county or the district's name and a seal on it. It might even have a clear window showing your address and return address of the appraisal district. Pay close attention to this date. It's your protest deadline. Your protest must be mailed, dropped off, or postmarked on or before this date. You'll find this important deadline clearly marked on the notice of appraised value inside the envelope as well. So you open it up and you're greeted with a document that breaks down the value of your property. This is what we call the notice of appraisal value. Now, you look at that appraised value on your notice and you might just think, there is no way those crazy government appraisers think my home is worth that much. It's a pretty common first reaction. If that's you, you'll likely want to go ahead and file a protest. In Texas, there are generally two main reasons why you might protest your appraisal. The first is that you believe the appraised market value they've assigned to your property is simply incorrect based on what your home could actually sell for. The second reason is that you feel your property's value is unequal compared to other similar properties in your neighborhood. But here's one thing that everybody needs to understand, and here's a very crucial tip to this. A lot of real estate agents like to tell you get online and protest your taxes once you get your evaluation in the mail. This is a huge mistake. You do not want to attest it digitally. There's a reason why. I'm going to go into it a little bit later, but don't get online and protest your taxes digitally through their online system. You want to file it manually, and you either want to send it in the mail at the last minute before the post date, or you want to walk it down to the appraisal district itself. There's a big reasons for this. It has to do with playing the legality game. Here's a key reason to consider why you need to file this protest manually. It often increases the workload on the appraisal district, which then leads to an informal in-person meeting. This gives you the valuable opportunity to sit down face-to-face with an appraiser, discuss your concerns directly, and negotiate a potential settlement. In contrast, digital protests typically result in a digital settlement offer that comes online. This tends to be the lowest possible figure they could offer you. Make sure the one thing that you do when you do it manually is when you go in and either drop it off or file it by mail, you request your evidence packet. You want all that information they'll send you. A lot of the times, they don't have a whole lot. The guy was just sitting at his computer and slapped your address in there, and that's what you got. This is where a good local real estate agent would come in handy as a good ally. You can request free market analysis, or CMAs as we call it, from any good agent in the area, especially from us, Legacy Group. A lot of them will do it for free. And you could use this piece of information to protest your taxes. Additionally, remember when I said that you should file it at the last moment? Well, here's what happens. All of the other individuals that have filed it digitally are now set in the market, and the appraisers use that new data to go ahead and set the new values. So if you get it at the end and you get your meeting at the end, then a lot of the times the new market's already set and you don't have a lot of work to do. So get prepared. Have your photos of the home, your arguments well articulated on why your home isn't worth what they said. What really comes in handy is that CMA we talked about earlier. Of course, they're going to argue real estate agents aren't real appraisers, but your argument back is, well, this is the current market. Their assessments are wrong. A lot of the time, the appraiser is going to go ahead and offer you a pretty good settlement. Reason being, they don't want to prolong any things or negotiations or anything else. It's, government inefficiency. So sometimes you're not going to come up with an agreement with your appraiser, and instead you're going to go on and meet with the ARB. But what is the ARB? It's the Appraisal Review Board. That's just a group of your local citizens that sits and determines what that valuation is. And it's you three and the appraiser and yourself, where you get to have a good discussion about what's taking place. Protesting your property taxes can be a little bit daunting, but remember, you got this. There's a lot of people out there that can help you through it. And if you need a CMA from us, a free one, give us a call. You can go to our website, www.find-your-legacy.com. You can reach out to us by phone, email, follow us on
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, we're always available. Just remember these few points. 1, don't file it manually. 2, go ahead and drop it off if you can, and make sure you get that evidence packet. And 3, don't be scared. You got this. You can get it control. You can always contact us. I got faith in you.